Welcome to Francis Marion University for the evening's finish of the twin bill. The women's basketball squad was in action earlier today, but you're here to see men's basketball action here in Conference Carolinas as the visiting North Greenville University Crusaders come into Florence, South Carolina to meet up with Francis Marion University. Looking forward to this matchup today between two squads really trying to battle their way out from the bottom third of the conference. Francis Marion at a 7-11 record in the conference, really trying to tip that 8 mark. That would move them up several seeds as we work our way ever closer to the conference tournament. And for North Greenville, they come in at 4-13. For North Greenville, 1-5 in their last 6. Against Erskine earlier this week, Mason Zick with 13, Jamison 12, Hobbs 11, but it wasn't enough as they fell to Erskine 64-75. For the Patriots, they broke a modest 2-game losing streak with a victory last Saturday, 88-86 versus the King Tornado. Tion Rollins poured in 32, a double-double for Jonah Pierce, 22 with 12 rebounds was his tally. So we're getting ready to get started here. I mentioned women's basketball. They were victorious in today's 5:30 tilt. 82-66 was the Patriots' winners over the Crusaders. Lauren Taylor with a double-double. She had 29 to go along with 23 rebounds. So let's start by introducing the Crusaders. For North Greenville, the Crusaders are number 1, Draylon Burton. He is a guard, freshman from Piedmont, South Carolina. He's a transfer from Campbell University. Number 11, Cameron Hobbs, guard, another redshirt freshman from Stockbridge, Georgia. Another guard, number 21, C.J. Jamison. He is a redshirt sophomore guard from Greer, South Carolina. Freshman Caleb Williams, number 22, 6'3" forward from Flowery Branch. And lastly, the aforementioned Mason Zick, forward redshirt sophomore from Northfield, Minnesota. So very, very youthful North Greenville men's squad for North Greenville. North Greenville is coached by Chad Lister, assisted by Josh Milner and Nassim Harrington. Spencer Black, Noah Weiss, and Chase Wheeler round out the student assistant coaches. We're going to talk a little bit about Francis Marion here really quick while we enjoy the hype here in the always energized on a Friday night Smith University Center. FMU leading the way is Tion Rollins. Rollins averaging 13.8 for the Patriots, and actually 4 players in double digits on their averages on the season. Jonah Pierce, Nick Silva, and Alex Cox also tipping the double digits mark. So let's get to the starters for Francis Marion University. Number 1, Tion Rollins. He's a guard junior from Tallahassee, Florida. He is a transfer from Polk State College. Another guard, number 4, Jose Benitez. He is a guard freshman from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Senior sharpshooter guard, number 11, Alex Cox. He is a senior from Concord, North Carolina. The freshman, Jonah Pierce, so 2 times freshman of the month. Jonah Pierce, number 15. He's a freshman from Sanford, Florida. Rounding out the starting lineup for the Patriots, number 34, Nick Silva. He is a forward from Sao Paulo, Brazil. He also is a freshman. Head coach is Gary Edward, assisted by Jacob Zender and Brandon Funk. So we're just about ready to get at it here, and we gave you a little bit of a recap or a heads up as to how the Patriots and North Greenville have been doing. So both teams trying to gain momentum here as we get into the home stretch of Conference Carolinas basketball play. This the inaugural season of Conference Carolinas basketball for Francis Marion. Also the inaugural season for UNC Pembroke, who is 2 games ahead in the win column for first place. They are at 17-1 in conference play. falling only once throughout the season. They are 20-1 on the season. So getting ready for the tip, we've got number 15, Jonah Pierce, tipping off against number 33, the starter, Mason Zick. And we're just about ready to get at it here in the Smith University Center. Looking forward to this matchup between two squads, both very much needing a victory to get on track. Jose Benitez handles things. Patriots waiting for things to open up, using the shot clock as they should. Down to 11 seconds to go on the clock. First possession for the Patriots. And it's going to be a 5-second call against Tion Rollins. So not the best start that the Patriots were looking for. Tion Rollins took a little too much time, did not advance the ball. The result was possession flipped to the Crusaders. Bringing up the ball on the point is Cameron Hobbs. Nice dribble drive from number 1, Draylon Burton, for the first score of the game. Like that dribble drive. Found a little open space on the right paint. Comes down the lane, knocks down the lay-in. Picking up the dribbles, number 4, Benitez. Slip it underneath to Jonah Pierce. Pierce has to tip touch, in trouble there. It's going to be a turnover. North Greenville is going to take over. Oh, good work and great weight by Mason Zick. So Mason Zick was driving, waits for the defender to go by, and then he goes ahead and puts it up. A quick timeout by the Patriots. Coach Gary Davis is not happy with the start. He first gets in the ear of the official, and you can tell the official is chuckling already. He is used to the antics of Garrett Edwards, and I think he was expecting that sort of commentary from him regarding the calls in the game. I think he was asking for where the foul call wasn't on the very first possession, but instead a quality start for North Greenville. 4-0 is the tally here, as we've just tipped off moments ago. Not barely a minute and 1 second into the game. Possession of the Patriots, just a little bit of inbound pressure, just enough to create hesitation on the side of Benitez. Defending is number 11, Cameron Hobbs. The Patriots, Tion Rollins throws one up, misses the three-point opportunity. Like the work from Caleb Williams, he was available to pick up the dribble from Cameron Hobbs. Good ball movement on the side of North Greenville so far. Slip it to a driving number 1, Draylon Burton. He hits the deck hard. Two teammates come to assist immediately. I like that help on the side of North Greenville. So 2 free throws on the way for Draylon Burton. That foul against the Patriots, Jonah Pierce, his first. Keep an eye on Jonah Pierce. I think that North Greenville would love to force Jonah Pierce into foul trouble, the dominant freshman center for the Patriots. North Greenville opens up a 5-0 lead here. Patriots trying to find their legs of sorts. They've got a 3-guard look out there. And how about the look from number 1, Tion Rollins? He misses on the 3-point stroke. Back at it is North Greenville, losing his balance, but smartly giving it to an available Jamison. Jamison over to Mason Zick, misses badly on the 3-point attempt. Benitez tries to dribble. He gets stolen. Neither squad playing very clean ball so far. We're going to go fast break on the open opportunity. Lay it in. How about the first points of the game for Jonah Pierce? North Greenville looking for a pass. Patriots in that man-to-man defense. Actually morphing nicely into a 2-3 zone. They were manning up just a little bit. Oh, great steal by North Greenville. And count it. Love the steal from number 11, Cameron Hobbs. Hobbs catches the Patriots inbounding after the basket lazily, and then he knocks it down. Alex Cox fouls out of balance on the way. North Greenville now with a 9-2 lead. Great start for Cameron Hobbs and his Crusaders teammates. Hobbs makes on a rim runner there, 10-2. Good start for the Crusaders. Bringing up the ball for the Patriots entering the game. Asante Turner, the guard from Augusta, Georgia. Good ball movement by the Patriots, moving the ball around the perimeter, trying to find some open space, but good man defense going down into a trap. I like that release from number 22, Caleb Williams. He releases to help on the defense for a driving Patriot player. The result is a well-defended ball that does go out of bounds, possession of the Patriots. Nick Silva handles it, quickly gives it up to Asante Turner. And got the three, all three of these for Nick Silva. Silva with the length to get over just about anybody on that three-point attempt. Nick Silva stands at 6'7". Nobody stands much taller than him on this court today. Asante Samuel with the Turner with the drive. North Greenville on the run. They consider the fast break. Instead, they slow things down. They're going to get back into their half-court deep. No, they're not going to. They're going to try to drive the lane. Quality pass to C.J. Jamison is disrupted. Possession remains with North Greenville.
Substitution for the Crusaders, number 15, Seth Hewitt.
Cameron Hobbs now bring the ball in. Good pressure by the Patriots and the steal by number 23, Nasia Jordan. Good work on that steal. Good disruption on the defense by the graduate transfer from Florida Tech into the game for the Patriots. So kind of a slow-moving game to start things out here in the first half. Both teams kind of feeling each other's defenses out, trying to get some balance. It's going to be a foul on the floor away from the ball. That's against C.J. Jamison. So Jamison getting a little bit too, wasn't quite set on his screen attempt. The result is a bit of a hack, trying to create the play for his teammates, but instead a foul against. It'll be possession to the Patriots. Alex Cox handling things nicely. He'll move it over to Turner. Backing in is number 23, Nasia Jordan. So Nasia Jordan, fantastic work backing his way in, then turning around and quality teardrop shot there from short range, knocking things down. The Patriots have closed the gap, now down by 3. Make it 5. Good roll work on the side of North Greenville. Hewitt would make on that one. How about the tray from Silva? So 2 threes for Nick Silva, all 3 of these for the Patriots. Patriots now down by only 2. Things were looking a little bit grim earlier on. North Greenville on a 9-2 run to start things out. Since then, the Patriots have come back only down by 2. Rebound of the Patriots with a chance to tie or even take the lead here. Instead, an errant effort on the fast break. Stopped nicely by Draylon Burton. Burton makes the stop and then takes it to the rim. Perfect work by Burton on the defense. He defended that ball at half court, then with 3 dribbles, he was at the rim to finish things off. 3-point attempt is off the mark for Tion Rollins. Rebound to NGU. Cameron Hobbs going to work the ball around to C.J. Jamison. Zick now with the ball. Scratch that, make it Seth Hewitt. Back to the rim. Good work by North Greenville to work around the perimeter, work their way down, and then finally find a seam to get things done. Draylon Burton with another lay-in at the rim. Nasia Jordan with the miss. Zick with the ball. Hewitt now with the crossover. He's going to work his way into the paint, kick it out to a 3-point attempt, just off. That'll be a defensive rebound. Nasia Jordan grabs it. Good work by Jordan to get composed. Outlet to Turner. Patriots are off and running. Teardrop in and out stroke is no good. North Greenville with a 16-10 lead, 13:45 to go in the first half. Draylon Burton, good moves. Kick it out. Lots of ball movement on the side of North Greenville. How about Draylon Burton with another one? Draylon Burton lighten things up. 7 points for him. We're barely 7 minutes into this game. Already 7 points for him. Nigel Jordan back to Turner. Working it around to the corner. How about another tray from Silva? Silva trying to work the hot hand. Instead, rebound to Cox. Cox goes up and over. Teardrop stroke from Cox. Finishes things off. I like that. Rebound from Cox and then the finish. Cox is screaming out, ball pressure. He's saying, hey, if we're going to go man, then we're going to get on our men and defend very, very tightly. Good leadership work by Alex Cox. Jamison drives the lane, and again, another make at the rim. So NGU creating space with a screen here and good ball movement. Otherwise, creates open space, driving the lane, another lay-in for North Greenville. This time it's a rebound. North Greenville putting on a clinic with ball handling skills and also rebounding. Cameron Hobbs with the lay-in. 23-12, North Greenville with the lead here. North Greenville looking very composed. Alex Cox, pardon me, Asante Turner. How about all three of these for Asante Turner getting himself on the scoreboard? Cycling the ball around the perimeter is North Greenville. Greenville slowing things down here, waiting for a little bit of space in the lane. Instead of waiting for space, how about the hot hand of Draylon Burton? Burton with the miss. Rebound of the Patriots. Driving is Alex Cox to a quickly running to the rim is Tion Rollins. So good run for the Patriots. Patriots have closed to within 6. We got a timeout. This is the media timeout with North Greenville leading 23-15.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Francis Marion baseball. Today. FMU baseball defeated Queens University of Charlotte 8-5, and then in the nightcap, Patriots defeated the Crusaders 13-12, and we'll get a little bit more into how that game finished a little bit later. But instead, let's talk a little bit about the basketball game here, where Crusaders have really stormed out to what was a 10-point lead. Now the Patriots are beginning to storm back. It has really been North Greenville driving the lane, finding open space, particularly from Draylon Burton and Cameron Hobbs, but then mix in a couple of three-point attempts, and that's how you've got North Greenville in their 23-17 lead. For the Patriots, Nick Silva, solid, 2 for 3 from three-point range. Silva with 6 points leads the way for the Patriots. 4 other players have 2, along with Asante Turner, who knocked down a 3 of his own. Back in action, 11:24 to go. North Greenville with a 6-point lead and possession here, working the perimeter, looking for their opportunity to get the ball underneath. In the game is David Muncie for the first time, Greenville, South Carolina native. Working to Jacob Redding. Slip it underneath to Seth Hewitt. No problem. Hewitt has the seam. Hewitt knocks down the lay-in. Asante Turner to Cox, back to Turner. In for the Patriots, Fareed St. Cyr Jr. out on the floor for the first time. Miami, Florida product. Turner slips it underneath. Great pass to Jonah Pierce. Jonah Pierce then up and over. I really love that pass from Asante Turner. Turner found a little seam to bounce pass. Kick it to Pierce. Pierce does the rest with the lefty lay-in. Quick turn and gun on that three-point stroke. A little bit out of balance was Jacob Redding. We're going to call possession. We're going to call the score for Alex Cox. Alex Cox driving the lane. That's going to be the and one with the foul to Zach Purdue. So with 10:24 to go in the first half, Patriots are clawing away at the Crusaders' big lead. Crusaders lead by 4. So welcome back to the Smith University Center for tonight's Men's Conference Carolinas basketball action, where the Crusaders, visiting from North Greenville, are leading the Francis Marion University Patriots 25-21. It has been the three-point prowess of the Patriots that has helped find their success out on the floor. Three-pointers for the Patriots have, we'll get you that tally here in just a moment. Three-pointers for the Pats. 3 for 8 are the Pats out on the floor. Only 1 for 5 is North Greenville. So Alex Cox with the and one opportunity. He's going to knock it down. He had scored before the media timeout. Patriots close it to within 3. They were down by as many as 7, 9-2 earlier on to start out the game. More ball movement from North Greenville. A little bit too much movement. David Muncie lost the handles, gave the ball up, so it's going to be a possession flipped back to the Patriots. Nice opportunity for the Patriots to draw to within 1 or potentially tie it with a tray. We'll have to see what the Patriots chalk up here. Patient perimeter movement with 3 up at the top of the arc and 1 underneath in that of number 15, Jonah Pierce, trying to free up some space, but instead, all 3 of these from Fareed St. Cyr Jr. How about tying it up with a tray? St. Cyr with the score. North Greenville back at it, tied up at 25. Zach Purdue passes up the 3, gives the pass to David Muncie for an even better look. Muncie finishes things off with the tray of his own. Alex Cox up at the point, waiting for the pass from Johann Steve Yebga, entering into the game for the first time. He is the Paris, France native by way of Hillsborough Community College. Turnover on the side of the Patriots, so we'll go possession to North Greenville. Caleb Williams hands the ball to Zach Purdue, back to Williams. Now we're back at it. So a different point squad for North Greenville in that of handling the ball. Starting out the game was Draylon Burton and Cameron Hobbs, so they're getting a little bit of a breather here midway through the first half. And good work by Jonah Pierce. He kind of juggled the ball a little bit, but he got composed. He was able to go up and over, lays it in for the deuce. Another three-point opportunity. How about the dribble and move? Of course, that's going to be the travel. And I think Muncie knew it just as soon as he did it. He did the pump fake. Then on his drive, he did juggle his feet when he did so. Turnover. Possession to the Patriots. Jose Benitez to bring things up. Benitez between the circles. He'll easily give that ball to Tion Rollins. North Greenville allowing the Patriots to move around the perimeter. They are not allowing the Patriots to get underneath. Good steal by North Greenville. North Greenville getting into the passing lanes. Wide open three-point attempt. Zach Purdue fouled by the FMU Patriot in Jose Benitez. So that's going to be 3 free throws in a row. Now, Benitez is contesting that there was a kick out by the three-point shooter and Zach Purdue resulting in that contact. But those complaints are to no avail. It's going to be 3 free throw attempts for number 13 in Zach Purdue. Purdue, a 688 free throw shooter. Makes the last one, so North Greenville 31-27 as the Patriots bring it up after the three-pointer foul against resulted in three free throws for North Greenville. Patriots working the perimeter just as they have been most of the game. A little juggle move from Jose Benitez trying to get some space. They do so, and the zone coverage of North Greenville is starting to cause problems for the Patriots. Patriots cannot seem to find a passing lane in which to get the ball through, to get the ball underneath. So they have been relegated to perimeter work, trying to get a shot to go or some free space to make a shot. Instead, how about the baby hook? Caleb Williams with the baby hook, working his way into about 6 feet, getting the job done. 2-3 zone here from North Greenville. North Greenville had shown a little bit of man earlier on in this game, but it has been zone ever since, causing problems for the Patriots. Patriots have not seemed to be able to get a good look. So with 7:01 to go, 33-27 is the score. North Greenville has the lead.
The Swamp Fox Club is a fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Francis Marion men's and women's basketball teams will be back in action tomorrow as they host the Converse University Valkyrie. The women's game will tip off at 2 p.m., followed by the men at 4. So come on back tomorrow afternoon for a basketball matinee. FMU softball plays at Augusta tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and then they return home on Sunday to entertain Limestone University for a doubleheader on Sunday. First game on Sunday starts at 1 o'clock at the FMU softball stadium in the Griffin Athletics Complex. And of course, the Griff is named after our first of only 2 athletics directors in the history of FMU athletics. That is Coach Griffin, also one of only 3 baseball coaches in the history of FMU athletics, along with Art Inabinet, handling the lion's share of coaching duties for those Patriots. Scratch that, only 2 baseball coaches in the history of FMU baseball. So we're back in action. Nick Silva goes to the rim, kind of flails his arms, and does get fouled by North Greenville. Draylon Burton not too thrilled about that one, but he did get a little bit of contact there, rightly called, and the result is 2 free throws on the way for Silva. Count the first. That one rims in and out, so 1 for 2 on the free throw opportunities is number 34, Nick Silva. North Greenville takes over. North Greenville trying to find a seam. Does so. How about the block shot from Jonah Pierce? Great block. Driving is Benitez. Benitez sees that he's got numbers against him, so he does pull back. How about the circus shot from Alex Cox? Nearly got it to go, and I would say that would be applauded if it went in, but I think that Coach Gary Edwards probably not thrilled with that attempt considering that it didn't go. He didn't have much room. Talk about having a lot of room. How about C.J. Jamison knocking down the tray? Jamison had plenty of room, took his time, caught his breath, opened up a can of soda, set it down, and then threw up the stroke. That's just about how much time he had to take that three-point attempt. Rebound to North Greenville. Greenville with possession again, so North Greenville opening up an 8-point lead. Nearly stolen, but now driving is Draylon Burton. Put back from number 21, C.J. Jamison. Love that effort from Jamison to get the rebound, and before going to the floor, he goes ahead and gets the rebound put back. A 10-point lead now for North Greenville University and the Crusaders. That shot is off the mark, and it's going to be possession of the Patriots. The ball glancing just barely off of the fingertips, probably the foot of a North Greenville player. So possession stays on the side of the Patriots. Jose Benitez, the Santo Domingo Dominican Republic product. Inbounds to Nick Silva. It's going to be a travel against, travel against Jonah Pierce. Possession back to the Patriots. Patriots getting a little bit sloppy here. They're having a hard time solving that 2-3 zone defense, which has gotten more and more solid, has North Greenville's defense as the game has gone on. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Cameron Hobbs with possession, content to work the perimeter until they find a seam. This time a bad pass. Outletting is a problem for the Patriots. Ball back to Cameron Hobbs. Hobbs knocks it down. Tion Rollins, kick it over to Cox. Cox is going to get all three of these. So just what the Patriots needed, just what the doctor ordered. How about a tray from Alex Cox? They draw to within single digits. It's only a 9-point lead. Oh, and no goaltend is the call. North Greenville not happy about that one. I don't disagree with the North Greenville faithful here. It sure looked like a goaltend from my vantage point. Instead, North Greenville's going to get possession off the rebound. Oh, and the putback. I love that work by Mason Zick. Mason Zick comes in, collects the rebound. Another putback bucket by North Greenville has them up by 11. Tion Rollins now handling the ball at the point for the Patriots. A missed three-point results in a rebound from Silva. Jonah Pierce finds a little bit of space, drives through for the slam dunk, trying to get the Patriots fan base elevated and excited. It's hard to do so, though, with that stolid defense of North Greenville. Miss from Cameron Hobbs results in a fast break attempt for the Patriots. Fast break, up and over, no good is Tion Rollins. As the two squads play tip about to try to get the rebound, the result eventually is a ball in the hands of North Greenville. Cameron Hobbs thinks about the three attempt. Instead, he kicks it over to Mason Zick. Zick scores on the two-pointer, and right after that two-pointer, we're going to get a timeout. There is just a little bit of blood on the jersey of Zick. They're going to get that cleaned up, and it is a media timeout. 3:05 to go in the first half. North Greenville leading 44-33.
The world is changing, and Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
And we're back here on the FM Patriots Network where the Crusaders have an 11-point lead. They lead 44-33. It's really been a spread of offense with Draylon Burton leading the way, 10 points already for the Crusaders, 7 points each for Hobbs and Jamison. For the Patriots, 8 points each for Cox and Pierce. Cox coming off of a three-pointer just moments ago to draw the Patriots within 9, but instead an answer from North Greenville and then some. North Greenville with an 11-point lead. So the Patriots are trying to figure out the zone defense of North Greenville. They had some success earlier on in this half, but slowly but surely North Greenville has settled into a strong 2-3 zone defense that has really caused major problems for the Patriots trying to find a passing lane and a driving lane to score. So instead, they're going to rely on that three-point opportunity. Alex Cox with the miss on that one. Rebounded the Crusaders. Driving in a little bit out of balance is Cameron Hobbs, but it's still going to be a foul against. That's going to be a foul against Jose Benitez, number 4 on the foul. So Benitez kind of bailed out Cameron Hobbs. Hobbs losing his balance on his way in, fouled by number 4, Jose Benitez. The result, possession to North Greenville.
Checking in for the Patriots, number 23, Naja Jordan.
Matthew Lee into the game for the Patriots. Also, Naja Jordan, count in Johan Steve Yebga also into the game. So wholesale changes on the side of the Patriots. Great steal by Naja Jordan. Jordan on the run, loses his handles just at the rim. He was eyeing dunk and thinking jam, but instead he lost his balance, lost his handles. And it'll be possession of the Patriots, but kind of a lost opportunity there on the fast break from Naja Jordan. That fast break prevents any effort from North Greenville of setting up in their solid 2-3 defense. Well, Benitez handles that one. He works his way into the middle of the paint in between 3 players. Lots of space. Knocks down the 2-pointer. Cameron Hobbs handles things. Gets himself composed. Skip pass across the court. Draylon Burton back to Cameron Hobbs. Hobbs with a 3-pointer. North Greenville with a 12-point lead, their largest lead of the game. Alex Cox now giving directions, motioning players to move. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Work it underneath against that zone. Jose Benitez arcs the ball up and over the defense of North Greenville for a bucket. Good work by him to work his way into the teeth of that zone and then go up and over for the 2. Kick it out to a wide open. Cameron Hobbs knocks down the tray. So dribble drive, kick it out to Hobbs. Hobbs makes no mistake with the tray on that one. 1:16 to go in the first half. North Greenville with an even 50 over the Patriots' 37 points.
Fouls on the Crusaders, number 22, Caleb Williams.
So Caleb Williams with the foul against. That's going to bring Nick Silva for the Patriots into the game.
34, Nick Silva.
He's going to take Matthew Lee out of the game, so Patriots going a little bit bigger on the inbound. Kick it out to Alex Cox. Cox is going to go all the way to the hole for the dunk. And he does so. He splits that zone, drives into the hole, knocks down the rim in the process. Great work and athleticism by Alex Cox for the 2. Very explosive work. Boy, you want to talk about a foul there. How about Cameron Hobbs on the defense of number 30, Johan Steve Yebga.
Also the Crusaders, number 11, Cameron Hobbs.
I think it was Cameron Hobbs' duty that he was not going to allow Yebga to go for the easy dunk. So he wrapped him up with a bear hug and thusly the foul. Nick Silva driving. And they're going to call a travel against the Patriots. All right, scratch that. I want to make sure that I've got my call right. Nope, it'll be a travel against North Greenville. No foul called. Instead, that ball is going to be inbounded. So the Patriots working the ball around to Cox. Cox underneath the Benitez for the mid-range jumper. So the Patriots now starting to figure out that 2-3 zone just a little bit. They are slipping in for some mid-range jumpers. Alex Cox a moment ago drove some open space for an easy jam. His explosiveness was really what did it. So the Patriots starting to see some light and life, down by only 9. 17 seconds to go in the half. Slip it under to Yebka. Yebka can't make. Yebka goes again. This time Yebka knocks it down. So 10 seconds to go. One possession for North Greenville. North Greenville trying to get some work done. Oh, and they draw that foul. It's going to be a foul against the Patriots. In the meantime, we know that Draylon Burton's going to get the opportunity. That's a foul against Nick Silva for the Patriots, so that's a tough foul to pick up with only 2.5 seconds to go. Draylon Burton maybe in a little bit of pain. You can see him grabbing his shorts. So clearly that foul physically roughed him up just a little bit, but to no avail. He is still moving without any issue. North Greenville looking for a possession that will allow them to generate a shot. It is a contested shot, so at the half, Patriots down by 7. North Greenville leads 50-43. So a quick recap here, scoring-wise. Francis Marion, 10 points for Alex Cox, knocked down a tray, and a explosive drive to get up to 10 points. Explosive drive and dunk did he. 8 points for Pierce, 7 for Nick Silva, but North Greenville in their solid 2-3 defense held the Patriots to 37 in that first half. North Greenville, some highlights, number 13 points for number 11 in Cameron Hobbs. Draylon Burton with 10 of his own. And for North Greenville, it's really been defense converting to a few fast break points here and there, and then also just really driving to the rim early on in the half, then making a few mid-range strokes later on in that half to the tune of a 7-point lead. We're going to come back with about 3 minutes to go. Right now there's 14 minutes to go in the half. Give North Greenville a 50-43 lead. We'll be back with 3 minutes to go before the second half begins.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration, all of the Board of Trustees is decked out in their regalia. Their black robes, their hats, their gold tassels. It's just a most beautiful picture of a very formal kind of occasion. And here we march into the gymnasium, and the music is playing, and the gym is packed. And as we come in, and as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. You see not just mama and daddy and 2 brothers and a sister, but there's grandmama and granddaddy, there's the aunt and the uncle, they're the cousins, they're the next door neighbors. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one. the very first graduate. And I can guarantee you that when you go to that graduation, you leave with a tear in your eye because it's so, so special.
The desire and the love to take care of people is something that you kind of have innate. You kind of just have that thing. But Francis Marion gave me the principles, and they taught me the core values. They taught me leadership qualities, and they've just been foundational and offered a family that I can keep going back to. So even though my personal biological family didn't go to a university, and I didn't really get any wisdom from them for that, I gained a family that could tell me all about college and even the afterlife of college by coming to Francis Marion. And I'm not sure you would have that with, other universities. Throughout the nurse practitioner program, you're already a nurse, and you're a devoted nurse, and you don't want to just quit. And that was another thing I specifically picked this program, was because I was able to look at the curriculum and know that I could work. I even asked a couple of the professors, one being Dr. Hopla, before I started the program, and even she told me, yes, you can still work while you do this. And I did. I worked 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. Sometimes it had to be six days a week to get my 40 hours in, and I still did the nurse practitioner program. It wasn't easy, but nothing worth having is easy. Which the benefit of having classmates and professors that were both working and studying is, we would get worked up and worried about how would we ever do this. And then they would say, well, I can work these 2 12-hour shifts on the weekends and then have the week to study. Or a professor may say, well, you can get creative with your hours here. So you can tell that they've done this, that you can tell that they've gotten creative with their time as well. And then all of a sudden it doesn't feel like such a daunting task because, again, you gain wisdom from their experience.
Choosing a college isn't easy. There are lots of choices to make and so many variables to consider. How do you know when you've found just the right place? The right college will make you feel at home, and that begins with a sense of place. At Francis Marion University, we have a beautiful campus that's safe, well-maintained, and filled with smiling faces. It's the kind of place where you feel you belong, where you wake up in the morning and know that the day ahead will be one you'll savor and enjoy. Now, that doesn't mean life at FMU is easy. There will be challenges. Hard work is expected. We take our academics seriously. You should too. Earning one of our degrees is a real achievement. But some toil, some time invested in a difficult task, that's okay. That's how you grow, how you become someone. FMU is a comprehensive public university, and when it comes to academics, our students have a wide range of choices. We offer more than 75 majors and courses of study. Our professional schools in healthcare, engineering, business, and education are all well-known and respected across the state. At the same time, the arts and the sciences remain the core of what we do. They are the perfect foundation for a successful career and a meaningful life. Programs are important, and we'll continue to work to produce new curriculum, that meets the needs of our changing world. But we also know that a great education is less about what is taught and more about who is doing the teaching. FMU's faculty is made up of distinguished scholars and renowned researchers. They're experts in their field and expert teachers too. They love the give and take of the classroom and revel in the progress their students make. In FMU's intimate academic environment, where small classes are the norm, you'll get to know a lot of these dedicated men and women. Some you will remember forever. The academic work and its rewards are why you are here. But there will be a time and place for play, too. We have more than 60 different student organizations and field teams in 14 NCAA sports. A robust schedule of extracurriculars is a big part of each semester. You'll find space here for rest and relaxation. You'll make new friends and build relationships that last a lifetime. And then, almost as quickly as it all began, it will be over. You will graduate and move on to a life and career full of promise. You'll leave memories behind. You'll leave FMU, but you'll be welcome back anytime. Home is like that, you know. Welcome home. Welcome to FMU.
We welcome you back to the Smith University Center for this men's basketball tilt. This is Conference Carolinas action. The visiting Crusaders hold a 7-point lead over Francis Marion University. Let's get into the details here. Both teams shooting at a solid clip. As you can see, North Greenville hitting at a 57% clip. FMU right behind at a 50% clip. FMU actually striking on as many three-pointers. 5 each are for FMU and for North Greenville. So really the name of the game has been defense and fast break on the side of North Greenville. North Greenville with a 2-3 zone had caused problems for the Patriots early on in the first half. Patriots slowly dug away and drove away at that lead and cut away at that lead and slowly began to improve against that 2-3 zone. Now, that cheering that you can hear in the background is to applaud the women's team. Earlier today, they were victorious in 82-66, and she got the double-double with 29 points and 23 rebounds. So outstanding work from the long, tall center for the Patriots in Lauren Taylor, and those are the cheers that you hear a moment ago. Cheers were few and far between for the Patriots, who had been behind for all of the game. They have yet to take a lead, with North Greenville leading by as many as 13 at one point here in the half. So for the Patriots to find success, they're going to have to continue to break the 2-3 zone of North Greenville, which has successfully slowed the Patriots. Patriots have had to work their way around the perimeter, very seldom getting underneath the rim. They did get underneath the rim early on in the game, but then that zone really zoned in, if you will, and slowed the Patriot offense. Patriots were relegated to some perimeter shooting, with the exception of a very athletic drive, easily the play of the game, an athletic drive from Alex Cox, who saw a seam in the lane, took 2 quick dribbles, and went in for the two-handed jam, easily the highlight of the game for the Patriots. Let's talk a little bit about the scoring so far. North Greenville, 13 points for Hobbs, 10 for Traylon Burton, and for FMU, it's 10 for Alex Cox. No other player in double digits as we get ready to go. A very collegial and good sportsmanship out here as the official is chatting nicely with CJ Jamison as we wait for the inbound. And we are ready to go. Jamison with the inbound. Getting things started is Cameron Hobbs for North Greenville. Good energy to start from Hobbs. Driving quickly. Kicks it out to a long and lengthy Mason Zick in between the circles. Perimeter work from North Greenville to Mason Zick, who was available underneath, and the steal on the outlet for the Patriots. So a little bit of sloppy play underneath the rim as neither team could get the handle there. The result is going to be possession to North Greenville. North Greenville retains the lead that they brought from the first half, 50-43. Kick it out to Zick. Good ball movement again from North Greenville. Very impressed with their ball movement. They always know where the open man is going to be, and the result has been open shots like that one. Now, that one didn't go down. However, it's been open strokes like that that have allowed North Greenville to take a lead, and they have yet to give up a lead to FMU at all in this game. Driving the lane, though, is Jose Benitez, and that's one way to do it. So watch that triple drive. Look at that. Shake and bake. He then slips around and lays it in. Great work by Benitez. Cameron Hobbs out on the top of the arc over to Burton. Burton's going to drive in. Burton goes teardrop. And the players are tangled up. It is going to be an offensive foul. Good work by Nick Silva to get in position to draw the foul, the offensive foul from Burton. Tion Rollins pressured now, a little bit of full court pressure from North Greenville, so the Patriots will have to break that. As the Patriots do so, they settle into their half-court offense. Benitez up and over, can't quite make. North Greenville showing a little bit of a dose of man-to-man here very, very briefly. Traylon Burton with the mid-range baseline shot. Good work by Burton. North Greenville's first tally of the second half. And Jonah Pierce drives the lane. Pressured very nicely by North Greenville. However, it is a foul against Mason Zick. Zick not in position to make the stop. His feet were not set. The result is just too much speed from Jonah Pierce driving the lane. Pierce is going to get 2. So the Patriots need to take advantage of their size here and try to continue to get the ball underneath if at all possible. They do have a size advantage over the slightly shorter North Greenville. And sure enough, trying to continue to go big as Johann Steve Yebga enters the game. A little bit of pressure on the North Greenville bring up. That ball is stopped, but to no avail for the Patriots. North Greenville finally gets settled, but now only 13 seconds on the shot clock. So a little bit of pressure now. Full court pressure from the Patriots has changed that look, changed that pressure against North Greenville. The result is a forced shot from Cameron Hobbs. Patriots regain possession. Benitez is going to take it all the way down the paint, kick it out to Tian Rollins, who gets all three of these. How about the tray for Tian Rollins? Knocking it down. Patriots are closing the gap against North Greenville. North Greenville led by as many as 8 earlier in this game. They led by 7 at the half. Patriots have closed it to within 3. And how about that answer? In and out from C.J. Jamison. From my vantage point, that didn't miss by but an inch before it caught the rim, clicked off that rim, and on the glass rebound of the Patriots. It'll be another foul. This foul against the Patriots. Johann Steve Yebga caught no man's land there. He was a little bit out of balance. The result is a foul, possession to North Greenville, and that's kind of a unique foul. He was out of balance while trying to rebound, and that is the reason for the foul when they were on their own offensive end.
For the Crusaders, number 4, Jacob Redding, and number 15.
Turnover by North Greenville on the drive down the sideline. Just a slight piece of the foot on the sideline. Result is possession to the Patriots. Okay, so no pressure from North Greenville. North Greenville showed a little bit of full court earlier in this half, but now they have relaxed and allowed the Patriots to move into their half court. The look that has changed, North Greenville with a 2-3 zone for most of the first half. They have switched to a man-to-man defense here in the second. Now, I like multiple looks from North Greenville, really shaking things up against the Patriots, but you want to talk about heating things up. How about all 3 of these for Tian Rollins? Another tray. So his second tray of the second half. Rollins with the bounce pass to Alex Cox. Cox is going to get the job done. It's going to be a foul on the Crusaders. So Mason Zick trying to defend the speedy Alex Cox down the baseline, but in that process, he did foul Cox. So that'll be another foul against the Crusaders. So the Patriots have closed to within a tie here with a chance to take the lead on another tray from Rollins. Oh, Rollins was trying to bring the house down with that 3, but it did not go. Benitez puts the ball up and gets fouled. Mason Zick with another foul. So Mason Zick with a couple of fouls here. So he's got 3 fouls with 16:08 to go here in the second half. Benitez will go to the line, knocks down the first.
Substitution for the Crusaders, number 22.
Benitez, a 7.27 shooter from the free throw line, so that make will up his numbers for sure. 2 for 2 from the line on those opportunities. Good work by him. Asante Turner into the game along with Yebga. Patriots in that full court, but this time the Crusaders break it. They miss their attempt, rebound, and then miss that. So North Greenville misses on a nice opportunity to get things done. Yebga drives the lane. He's going to get the and one. Good work by Yebga to go in strong. Now he went in with his right hand, not his left. And we're going to get the media timeout. The Patriots have taken the lead, 54-52. We've got 15:52 to go. Patriots pardon with a 56-52 lead.
This is Conference Carolinas.
So you're watching the FM Patriots Network, where the Francis Marion Patriots have taken a 56-52 lead. They found themselves down 50-43 in the first to close out the first half. So the Patriots have really opened things up here in the second. In the second half, a 13-2 run for the Patriots has resulted in the Patriots' 4-point lead. So a great start for the Pats early on in the half. North Greenville started out strong. They started out on a 9-2 run to start out the game. Patriots have only found their first lead here in the second half. North Greenville led for all of the first and a good portion of what has been played here in the second half. But as you can see by that score, 13-2 in the second half, it's been all Patriots here. Now with 15:45 to go in the half, with Johann Steve Yebga at the line. This is the and one opportunity for him. Asante Turner misses on the rebound opportunity. He yells because he knows he had a shot at it. Didn't quite get it, so possession to North Greenville. Some good ball pressure by Asante Turner and the Patriots, but slip it underneath. Some high ball pressure, but a little bit slack underneath. Slip the ball down to Seth Hewitt. Hewitt with the lay-in. Turn it to Tion Rollins. Rollins is going to handle the ball. He takes one quick look, kicks it out to Cox. Cox with a shot that looked good from here. How about the Turner from Asante Turner? How about the rebound from Asante Turner? He just sneaks in, slaps the ball out to Cox. Possession back to the Patriots. Alex Cox shows three, drives the baseline, up and under. How about that athletic move? Driving the baseline, goes underneath the rim, then the reverse lay-in. Great work by Cox. Patriots with a 58-54 lead. Oh, good kick-out move to Jacob Redding. Redding takes a step in, hits the ball hard off the back of the rim. Ball bounces straight up and down for a bucket. Oh, Silva with an opportunity for Trey. That one does not go. Here comes the Crusaders. And pulling up for what looked like a free throw shot was Cameron Hobbs. He misses, and now Patriots with possession. Alex Cox drives the rim. That one doesn't go. I like his composure. He was kind of thinking foul. I think the fans were thinking foul, but he's not going to complain about it. He's going to get back and play some defense. I think that's great leadership by Alex Cox. Good work by him. North Greenville working the ball around the perimeter. Gets the ball to Cameron Hobbs, who doesn't quite make the tray. Cox hits the deck. Working on that rebound. Asante Turner back to Cox. Cox to Turner. Patriots are being very patient here. Yebga trying to find a little bit of space underneath against the defending Jacob Redding. North Greenville showed 2-3 zone defense in the first half. They are now playing man-to-man and showing the Patriots a different look on defense. As a mad scramble for the ball, and we're going to get Tion Rollins on the run. Rollins smartly lays the ball in. I think everybody in the gym was thinking dunk, but he was being defended nicely, so instead he lays it in, gets the easy two. Oh, Euro step from Caleb Williams is the answer. So I love that work from Tion Rollins. Smartly gets the lay-in, but coming right back, Caleb Williams with the Euro step to come through and get that ball up and down for the lay-in. He's moving a little bit gingerly, but I think he's just fine. He's just working that body on that Euro move. He's going to go to the line to see if he can't seal the deal on the and one opportunity. FMU with a 60-58 lead. We're at 13-10 to go in the first half. Count it, so count the three-point play. North Greenville closes to within one. North Greenville led for all of the first half, and the early moments of the second half, the Patriots have since taken the lead and have not looked back. Jose Benitez handles the ball, looking for open space. Cox to Silva. Silva dribbles. He's mid-baseline. Tion Rollins slips it underneath to Pierce. Pierce finds a little bit of space up and under the rim and takes care of business. Knocks down the lay-in. Good work by him. Full court zone from the Patriots is foiled easily by North Greenville. North Greenville comes back. Caleb Williams knocks down the tray, and we are deadlocked at 62. And we got a timeout on the floor by the Patriots. We are deadlocked at 62 apiece. Back here at the Smith Center at Francis Marion University here in Florence, South Carolina, in a matchup that has become quite a battle. The Crusaders of North Greenville University have tied it up at 62 against the host Francis Marion University Patriots. For North Greenville, it continues to be the leadership of number 11, Cameron Hobbs. He still leads the team with 13 points, but Jamison, number 21, CJ Jamison, getting in the action. He is up to 9 points on the day. Kick in 10 from Draylon Burton. And a good team effort on the side of North Greenville. Really working the ball around, moving the ball around the perimeter, finding a few seams, and getting the job done on the glass. However, it was the tray a moment ago from Williams that forced the timeout from Gary Edwards and his Patriots squad. So deadlocked at 62, 12:30 to go in the second half. Patriots have possession. Yebga handles the ball, tries to work it underneath, decides against it. Over to Tion Rollins for a tray. All three of these. How about Tion Rollins knocks down another three-pointer? So the three-pointer from Caleb Williams is answered by the tray from Tion Rollins. Good work by him, and that was the right shot there at the right time. He was open. That was part of the set play. Good work by him to knock it down. Rebound by the Patriots' Jonah Pierce. Patriots working that ball underneath. Oh, slip it underneath again. Good work by Jonah Pierce to take that ball to the rim. So the Patriots working that ball back underneath. Wouldn't surprise me if North Greenville flipped the switch back to a 2-3 zone. They had zoned it all of the first half to some nice success. They have since switched it up back to a man defense, and the Patriots have gotten back to a 5-point lead, essentially since the man defense was incorporated by North Greenville. So for the Patriots, Jose Benitez will bring it back after an answer from North Greenville. Skip it across to Alex Cox. Now to Yebga. Yebga's going to drive the lane. Looks around to a wide open Jonah Pierce. Jonah Pierce again underneath the rim. And this is just what the Patriots were doing when they were clawing back into the game early in the first half. They were taking it to the hole, and now they're taking it to the hole with dominance. 6 consecutive points from Jonah Pierce. Patriots have the lead 69-64.
The Swamp Fox Club is a fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Have a 69-64 lead. Many of the statistics here are very, very similar. Patriots and the Crusaders were tied at the half. They had both made 5 3-pointers. Since then, 3 for the Pats, only 1 for the Crusaders. Patriots hitting at a 36% clip from the arc. a 37% clip from the arc for North Greenville. Field goal percentages virtually identical. 53% are the Patriots from the field to 51 from the field for the Crusaders. So with those descriptors in mind, you can imagine that this one is likely going to go down to the wire, as both teams are playing very, very solidly and smartly here in the second half. I like that attempt from North Greenville, but quality rebound from Yebga for the Patriots. Tion Rollins kick it over to Cox. Coach Gary Edwards is saying full speed, full steam ahead, so keep the pressure on, as Coach Gary Edwards is echoing, and you can see that the Patriots are rallying behind that moniker. How about the tip-in, touch-in from Jonah Pierce? So 8 points in a row from Jonah Pierce. All of them within 2 to 3 feet of the rim. Lay-ins, tip-ins, you name it. Jonah Pierce is handling his business at the iron. Alex Cox cajoling his teammates to keep business together. He is clearly the leader on the squad, but he is keeping things calm. And for the Patriots, back to possession and a 7-point lead here. So North Greenville handling things nicely in the first half, but since then, it's been all Patriots. Patriots have dominated the second half. A 28-14 margin in the second half is the reason for the Patriots' 7-point lead. Tion Rollins kick it out to Cox. Good defense on this possession by North Greenville. Benitez drives the lane. And another bucket from Jonah Pierce. So Benitez with the miss. Put back from Pierce. Pierce really making his number and name known. 19 points now for Pierce. 10 of those on consecutive scores for the Patriots. Good answer by Seth Hewitt on the putback. Slowing things down is Jose Benitez. No full court pressure from North Greenville. They showed that look earlier on in the game and put a little bit of pressure on the ball for the Patriots on the full court, but the Patriots broke it nicely. Since then, no full court pressure from North Greenville. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Yebga's got to get to work. He does. He gets it to the glass. Overpowering C.J. Jamison, getting the job done. Good work by Yebga. That's just what a big man needs to do, is to really work his magic with a few steps and use that strong shoulder and length to work up and over to the rim. Yebga did just that. Possession back to the Patriots after a missed opportunity from Greenville. This time North Greenville is going to have some success. Love the defensive effort from the Patriots. They get back, but smartly, they do not foul C.J. Jamison. It would be very tempting to foul there, but instead they did not. So Jamison makes his way to the rim, slices his way through two defenders that were coming back on him nicely. But Jamison keeps his composure, handles the quality fast break, finishes with the lay-in. Back to Jose Benitez, takes it all the way to the paint, then decides against taking it to the hole. How about Nick Silva? Nick Silva with a really rough miss there on that three-pointer. It's going to be goaltending against Jonah Pierce. Jonah Pierce elevated, and that ball was just on its way down. But the fans want that to be a block, but hey, Jonah Pierce knows that he goaltended. How about that elevation from Jonah Pierce? It's still going to count as a score for North Greenville. So Jonah Pierce will put the ball in, and Pierce knows, he's looking around. That doesn't shake him a little bit. He knows that that was a wonderful defensive play, except the ball was just barely falling down, so the goaltend smartly called by the officials, and appropriately. Another fast break opportunity by North Greenville. And great work by C.J. Jamison. He uses his body to defend against the FMU defender. Goes up with his left hand, and that is textbook layup work. When you got a defender on one side, you use your body to defend. You go up with the other arm, count the basket. FMU leads by only 3. They opened up a bigger lead moments ago, but now the Patriots lead 75-72, 7:57 to go. When we come back, we'll see a free throw opportunity for the Crusaders.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
So we're back in action. The Patriots holding on to a 75-72 lead. The Patriots were really looking strong earlier on in this half, but the Crusaders have stepped on the gas with a couple of fast break scores to close the gap to within 3. We'll see a free throw in just a moment, but a big spurt from the Patriots. Nick Silva with 10 consecutive points in a row for the Patriots opened up a fantastic lead that North Greenville has been trying to claw away against since. A couple of fast break opportunities, as I mentioned before, handled nicely by North Greenville, and I like the composure by them. Hey, everybody loves to see a slam dunk, but if you've got a player coming, if you're out of balance, then what you don't want to do is try to jam when a lay-in will work. North Greenville went ahead with the lay-ins smartly to get their points on those 2 consecutive fast break attempts. This one resulting in the and one opportunity. Count it for C.J. Jamison. So C.J. Jamison having a solid second half. Jamison now with 18 points on the day. Benitez over to Cox. Patriots content to slow things down. Try to see what the defense is going to give them. Athletic move by Fred St. Cyr. St. Cyr slips it underneath to Pierce. Pierce with another jam. Pierce, no need to work on the jump shot for Pierce today. Pierce has done most of his work underneath the rim on lay-ins and dunks like that one. Good work by Pierce. North Greenville player hits the deck. So the Patriots have numbers, and they're going to take advantage with Jonah Pierce there. It looks as though Seth Hewitt has come down a little bit gingerly, so Jonah Pierce takes advantage. Another score for Pierce. Pierce now easily leading the way for the Patriots. He's got 21. Oh, up and over. A rim shot just misses. Drayton Burton misses. So C.J. Jamison with the putback. Draylon Burton really did the masterful work there by putting the ball up, but it did not quite go. Rebound to the Crusaders. C.J. Jamison finishes things off. Good ball movement by the Patriots. Little mid-range from Nick Silva. And talked a moment ago about taking what the defense will give you. Well, they gave Nick Silva the 8-foot jumper, so Nick Silva doesn't hesitate. He just tosses up the jump stroke, knocks it down. Now, Jose Benitez is a little bit frustrated talking to the official. He's saying, come on. He's a little bit disappointed with a no call there. He's got to be careful if he continues to get in the face of the official. The last thing that the Patriots need is to yield a technical foul, which would give momentum to North Greenville. So I love that emotion from Jose Benitez getting the starting nod today, but the result is a turnover on the side of North Greenville. So in the end, with all of that said, the Patriots are going to take over. So we got number 23, Nija Jordan, going to put that ball in to Jose Benitez. So Benitez content to work in the half-court offense, kicks it over to Cox, back to Benitez. Benitez takes one dribble over to Farid St. Cyr Jr. St. Cyr Jr. working the baseline over to Nija Jordan. Nija Jordan with the turnover. North Greenville with some fast work, and then the block from Nija Jordan is also result in a foul, though. That's a very physical foul. He was not going to allow Jacob Redding to go to the hole, so he was defending the ball, but also got some physical contact on Jacob Redding. Redding hit the deck. Redding a little bit, coming up a little bit ginger. I don't think anything there was anything offensive other than just as far as an abrasive or intentional foul there. It was not that. However, there was a physical mismatch there, and the result was the foul against the Patriots, number 3, Nigel Jordan. Redding with the make on the first. FMU with an 81-76 lead. We are at 5:49 to go in the second half. North Greenville led for all of the first to the tune of a 50-43 lead, but since then the Patriots have taken over. Now with a 4-point advantage, 5:45 to go. Benitez calmly coming in. He looks over and tries to get a call from Coach Gary Edwards. A little bit more ball pressure on the side of North Greenville. North Greenville in a man look here in the second half. They showed zone for most of their defensive looks in the first. Benitez tries to go to the hole. He cannot make it. North Greenville on the drive. Fast break for North Greenville. 3-point attempt from Jacob Redding. In and out. Rebound to Yebga. Patriots are going to continue to slow things down. Nope, speed it up. Cox to Silva. Silva's going to count it. All three of these for Nick Silva. Down in the corner baseline. Count that one. And I like that ball movement. Alex Cox takes a look, sees that Silva is open. How about that deke? Now, Zach Purdue shows the pass, pump pass, pulls back, creates space, knocks down the tray. So good answer. So 3 by the Patriots, Silva, and then the answer with the tray from Zach Purdue for the Crusaders. Jose Benitez is trying to work the rim, and he's going to be fouled. He's fouled by 13, Zach Purdue. So Purdue very elevated and excited out on the floor after knocking down the tray, but then that was a foul against. So Jacob Redding knocks down, Jose Benitez knocks down the first. So the Patriots with a 5-point lead, 4:36 to go. And North Greenville has been slowly inching their way back in this second half after having a lead, relinquishing it to the Patriots. And then since then, they have been closing the gap, but it's been mostly a lead on the Patriots, lead for the Patriots. So that's going to be a foul on the reach around rebound effort from Tion Rollins. However, it is a foul against him. So North Greenville's going to take over, but a foul against, 5 fouls now against the Patriots to North Greenville's 8. So at this point, the Patriots are in the single bonus. North Greenville still with 5 fouls against the Patriots. So Patriots have 2 fouls to give before bonus time here with 4:20 to go. Tion Rollins satisfied to handle the ball over to Yebga. Yebga not quite sure what to do. He had a couple of options. Rollins gets the ball stolen away, but Alex Cox athletically goes up and finishes things off. Alex Cox, I love that work. After the score, he comes back and he's motioning to his team to get back and where to go on defense so that his basket isn't answered with an easy one from North Greenville. Going to get a travel call on the floor. We're going to get a call against Asante Turner is going to be the foul call. Really thought you could have seen a travel call against North Greenville, but instead it's a foul against. So we'll have an inbound when we get back. But in the meantime, Patriots have an 87-80 lead. We'll go to the media timeout. 3:47 to go in the second half. The FMU baseball team defeated Queens University of Charlotte 8-5 earlier today, and then in a barn burner of a ninth inning, the Patriots defeated the visiting North Greenville Crusaders 13-12. FMU will host USC Aiken this coming Tuesday at 4 p.m. in non-conference play before opening Conference Carolinas play next weekend. This is the inaugural season for Francis Marion in Conference Carolinas, so that game against USC Aiken, now a non-conference game. They are longtime rivals, formerly the Patriots in the Peach Belt Conference, now playing in Conference Carolinas. So enough about baseball. Let's talk a little bit about the basketball game here. 3:47 to go. FMU with an 87-80 lead. FMU putting good quality pressure offensively on North Greenville. North Greenville had switched to a man defense in the second half, but since then the Patriots have had success. You want to talk about success? How about driving the lane? Caleb Williams now. Caleb Williams with 9 points on the day. Driving the lane uncontested, so he throws that ball up for an easy lay-in out of the timeout. Or out of the media break, pardon me. Tion Rollins handles the ball, a little bit of crossover work, kick it over to Cox. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Cox is going to throw that up. Rebounded nicely by Jacob Redding. On the run is North Greenville, trying to get into the possibility of a fast break opportunity. Instead, they set things up, work their way down to the rim. Inside out, their passes are going. Worked out a good quality shot from C.J. Jamison. However, that ball does not go down. I like that choice from C.J. Jamison. The tray attempt does not make, but he was open. Smartly takes the shot, but rebound to the Patriots. Tion Rollins handles the ball. Still in that man defense is North Greenville. Pierce works his way all the way up to the top of the arc, loses the handle. Pierce with a little bit of a pick and pop from Jose Benitez, and we're going to get a tee from Jose Benitez, and sure enough, there was problems with Benitez earlier on. He was very, very emotional, and they let that one go. This time, he's going to get called up for the tee after reacting a little bit strongly to the officiating.
Technical foul on the Patriots, number 4, Jose Benitez.
So Jacob Redding is going to go to the line for the charity stripe opportunities. Nice opportunity for North Greenville to get back into things now. In the women's game, Patriots gave up a technical foul and then smartly handled their business thereon after, en route to a 16-point victory. In that victory, Lauren Taylor with a double-double, 29 points and 23 rebounds on the day. So we'll see if the Patriots men's squad can retain their composure post-technical foul, as did the ladies' team earlier on. And it'll show, firstly, with this possession here as North Greenville gets things set. North Greenville within 3. Inbound for North Greenville, successful, no problem there. Caleb Williams handles the ball. Cameron Hobbs, satisfied to work between the circles. Looking for some spaces, number 1, Draylon Burton. Burton back to number 22, Caleb Williams. Fans are not happy about the non-call going on out there, but I do think it was an appropriate non-call. North Greenville handles their business. North Greenville now within 1. And we're going to get a timeout for the Patriots. Coach Gary Edwards not happy with the officiating. He's letting all of them have it. He is exceptionally disappointed in the non-call there, but with 1:39 to go, he's going to call the timeout. He's letting the officials have it. He's not even working with his athletes. Instead, he's having words with the officials. But in the meantime, let's get you a recap on what's going on here at Francis Marion with other athletics today. FMU softball will play against Augusta University tomorrow at 1 o'clock before returning home to entertain Limestone University for a doubleheader on Sunday. First game will start at 1 p.m. Sunday at the FMU softball stadium in the Griffin Athletics Complex. FMU men's and women's tennis teams will host Lenoir-Rhyne University on Sunday at 2 on the Kasab court. Congrats to FMU sophomore tennis player Liam Day. He was named this week's Conference Carolinas Men's Tennis Player of the Week. So we're getting back to it, a minute 39 to go. A 1-point lead is FMU with possession of the ball. This one's going to go down to the wire. That's no surprise. Both teams contesting this game very, very closely in different parts of this game. Benitez drives the lane, tries for the putback, can't get it to go. Dribbling out of trouble is Jacob Redding. Like that work by Redding. And the block from the Patriots, number 1, Tion Rollins, stops things. So a driving Jacob Redding. Redding had his eyes on the rim, but instead blocked by Tion Rollins. So we get the floor cleaned up after players were hitting the deck. Sweaty guys, don't want anybody slipping on a slick spot. Oh, and a very physical screen that really didn't go the way they wanted to. Draylon Burton ran into his own man, and the result was physical pain here. His shoulder is really worked. You could see he is in some pain. But in the meantime, free throws coming for the Crusaders. Caleb Williams makes the first, and we are tied at 87. A minute and 14 to go. 8 fouls apiece. The sheet is virtually identical. Both sides hitting at a near 50% field goal clip on the day. 2 free throws made. North Greenville with a 1-point lead. Tion Rollins is going to bring the ball up. The fans are energized here. They've got an exciting one here at the Francis Marion University Smith Center. We're going to get a timeout from FMU and Coach Gary Edwards. A minute 4 to go. So I think he was trying to make sure that Tion Rollins understands what his offensive set was going to be dribbling up. It didn't look like they were as composed as they wanted to be. So when we come back, Crusaders with a 1-point lead, a minute 4 to go.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center. We have got ourselves a barn burner. The Crusaders with an 88-87 lead on the heels of C.J. Jamison's 22 points. Jonah Pierce has kicked in 23 for Francis Marion, including a run of 12 consecutive FMU points scored. So Jonah Pierce making his length known underneath the rim. All of his makes besides a 6-foot jumper, every other one of those were lay-ins or dunks. So it's been the short game for Jonah Pierce today, and a short lead for the Crusaders with a minute to go. The Crusaders have a 1-point lead. Patriots with possession. Tion Rollins smartly works his way down the paint, goes with a teardrop 2-pointer. 1-point lead for the Pats. Oh, good ball movement and passing on the side of North Greenville. A driving number 21, C.J. Jamison, finishes the deal. North Greenville 90, FMU 89. 40.8 seconds to go. So we've really got ourselves something here. It'll be possession of the Patriots, and clock management is what really matters here. There's enough time for the Crusaders to get at least one more possession back. Now, if the Patriots can score fast, they can get a 2-for-1 here, but they're going to have to work real hard to do it with a 30-second shot clock. That'd be pretty slim. So they're going to have to get some fast break. They're going to have to break the ball fast to see if they can't score quickly for the possibility of a 2-for-1. Otherwise, it's going to be the Patriots with a chance to score, but with North Greenville with a chance to answer here as we get in the finishing seconds of the second quarter. Tian Rollins picks up the ball to start the clock. Tian Rollins is going to drive it underneath to Jonah Pierce. And 3 seconds of possession time, and Jonah Pierce takes it to the hole. He gets the and one. You can hear the Patriot faithful. I think all of North Greenville forgot about the sneaky Jonah Pierce. Jonah Pierce quietly down on the baseline, hanging out, gets the open pass, knocks it down. Tian Rollins found him very, very nicely. I like that work from Rollins to find Pierce. Pierce with a two-hand jam. It's a chance to open up the lead to 2 points here with the free throw. And he gets it to go. Timeout for, no timeout. It's going to be a substitution. So Johan Yebka comes into the game for the Patriots to play a little bit of defense. North Greenville is going to cycle through with their possession just a little bit. It's going to be a foul on the floor. Matthew Lee is going to foul there. So the single bonus for Draylon Burton. So a 1-and-1 opportunity for number 1, Draylon Burton. Rebounding is key here for the Patriots as Matthew Lee comes off the floor for the Patriots. Matthew Lee went out there and defended as hard as he could, but he did get a foul against. So the result is going to be the 1-and-1 opportunity for Draylon Burton. Burton working hard to get to the rim on that one. Burton with the make and a chance to tie it with 31 seconds to go. 30 seconds on the shot clock, so the Patriots could smartly, with a tie, they could possibly go almost all the way down to the buzzer. And let's see what the Patriots do. We are deadlocked at 92, 31 seconds to go. The difference in the shot clock and the game clock, only 1 second. So Tian Rollins is going to play for the last shot. And I'd expect the timeout with about 10 to 12 seconds to go, give or take, on the side of Gary Edwards. Let's see what he does. Nope, they're going to go ahead and run their play. So Tian Rollins looking up at the clock, smartly trying to figure things out. He's going to take it to the hole. Shake and bake, out to Alex Cox. Cox with the game-winning tray. Alex Cox with the game winner. All 3 of these for Alex Cox to finish things off. So the question is going to be, is the game over, or was there a shot clock violation? No, there was not. How about that resounding finish? Kick out. Tian Rollins having a hard time finding an opportunity. Kicks it out to Alex Cox. Alex Cox with the game winner. Fantastic work by Francis Marion University with 31 seconds to go. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Patriots play for the last shot. Tian Rollins brings it up slowly, and with about 7 seconds to go, he drives the lane, kicks it out to an awaiting Alex Cox, and Cox with about a second to go throws up the three-pointer. He gets the make to go. The buzzer sounds. That's the winner. 93-92. The Patriots victorious. Leading the way, Jonah Pierce, 26 points for the Pats. Leading the way for North Greenville, 24 for Jamison. But it is Alex Cox that is the game winner and the play of the day with that tray to finish things off. So thank you so much for joining us on the FM Patriot Network, where the Patriots are victorious 95-92 over the Crusaders. Please join us tomorrow when the Valkyrie of Converse come to visit Francis Marion for a 2 o'clock game. The women start at 2, the men's game start at 4. Thanks for joining us for this arousing game, and we'll see you tomorrow.